autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Set. 60 outlaw. Hold.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. On second down, a run with Lindsey. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground. Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball? Absolutely. You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. From midfield, here's Locke. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Let's go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here, woman. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Check 23. Hey, Charlie. 5.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty. And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts? No. No, not at all. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Go!
They'll try the draw, Lindsey. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down. But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right? Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13.
That's going to be a long day. Say. Check 99. Check 99. Check 4. Check 4.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half. Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do? Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. Now on 2nd and 13, Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. 2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards. Probably not how they drew that up. Not at all. Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space. Now, no run call here. They look to throw instead. Going to let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. To return is McKenzie. They knew they were going to have great field position. Went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down. When they're that backed up, you've got to be careful going after him.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Campbell making the catch. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Round 80.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense. And here we go.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards the pick up there. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Now, after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Sua Craven's up to make the stop.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The 2nd down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Round 80. Don't let it breathe. Don't let it breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let it breathe, defense.
Check the backer. Check the backer. Shit.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense. But when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Hey, Delta. Shoot.
They fake the handoff, now locked. This is the tight end fan. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
10 Lobo.
54 Mike. He's scared. Switch.
Hey, echo. Get it.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied Art Monk because of the way that he goes about his business, the way that he plays the game. Not a lot of flash, not a lot of dash, but plenty of production.
Locke's throw caught by Sutton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. He was looking to go back to Sutton there, and it's 3rd and short.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Under 10.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
General West.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Kill.
Block off of play action. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ed Oliver, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun on third down, Locke going to take a shot for Gallup, and that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Yeah, this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. Catch made here by Campbell. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, Allen. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. It's Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here we go. 15-1.
Now to the air, Locke. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Allen with a hook up here to Allen Robinson. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Oh, you got deep? Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Allen now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Middle. Back. Hey, alert! Check 24. Check 24. We go.
From midfield, here's Allen. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have retaken the lead. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here.
Switch.
Now Allen again. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Joseph is good. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he... Taking a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check the hot read.
Now it's Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
319. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Check.
Allen now looks to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Broncos take over first down at their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Chopper!
shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Yo! Watch twins! Watch twins! Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
80 weapons.
Right there. 54, right there.
Yes, yes. Hey, exit. Hey, rock it. Rock it.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Complete to Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Denver.
Ready.
149. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Now.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He's checking.
Recon, 132 fighter.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Kill.
Fire.
Another run by Lindsey. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
60 Pittsburgh. X3. 218, chop.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And some room to work. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Down. 50, plant.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
Let go.
On first down, Waters. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. The point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, hold.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
To the air, Allen. Robinson's got it. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Yeah,
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide.
Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6. Let's go. Check 9. Slam.
All 52.
Slam.
Allen now from the gun. He'll throw over the middle. Hauled in by Campbell. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. McKenzie now to return it. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
54's Mike. Check.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. But now it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Mike 5-4. Watch the run.
From the gun, it's Locke. A little check down to Lindsey. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And 12 at the 39-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got General West. Check 37, check 37.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. That's the run, that's the run. That's the run. 6-6, pull it high.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Lock. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Joseph now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Mike 6. Mike 6. Watch the run. They're running it. Hey, check Mike, Mike 6. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
On the counter, Hunt. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Mike 6. Mike 6. Bring it. Hey, we got time right. 3 down. Kill. Shoot.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The end result, 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Mike 21. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
They'll look to throw. Campbell making the catch. And all the way down to the 26. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Chill it.
Back to throw. Allen. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
They'll go again with Lindsey. They find some open field here. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
56.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Allen. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 39, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Denver, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1.